Namaste. Welcome to Revision with Vrithi. Today we will see 8th chapter Plants Our Green Friends. Okay. Shan is walking through a field. He suddenly hears a sweet voice. You look fit and healthy, Shan, calls out Shakambari, the goddess of garden. Yes, Shakambari, I regularly eat a balanced diet, play outdoors, and take adequate rest, replies Shan. Special roots that we eat. Good Shan, tell me, what are you doing in this field? Questioned Shakambari. Mother asked me to bring some sweet potatoes, answers Shan. Sweet potatoes are roots of the plant. They grow below the soil, just like the roots of other plants, informs Shakambari. Yes, roots grow below the soil and help the plants to fix firmly in it. They also absorb water and minerals from the soil for the plants. I did not know that sweet potatoes are roots, says a surprised Shan. Are there some other roots that we eat, Shakambari? Questioned Shan. We eat the roots of carrots, radish, beetroot, turnip too. These are roots modified for storing the extra food prepared by the plants, says Shakambar. Sweet potato, carrot, radish, beetroot, turnip. Roots that provide additional support. Do all roots grow below the soil? Asked a curious Shan. Not at all. Not all. Look at that banyan tree. Can you see can you see those structure hanging from the branches? This is growing towards the ground. They are the aerial roots of banyan tree. On reaching the ground, they go deep into the soil and become new trunks. This is how they provide additional support to the tree, explains Shakambari. Shan and Shakambari walk further. Suddenly, Shakambari stops and says, look at the base of the stems near the soil of these sugarcane plants. I can see roots growing obliquely downwards and entering the soil, says Shan. Yes, these roots provide additional support to the sugarcane plants, informs Shakambari. Are there more such interesting routes? Asked Shan. There are, Shan. Are you ready to fly with me? We have to go to a marshy area where mangroves grow, says Shakambari. Look here, points Shakambari. The mangroves develop roots that grow above the soil to take in air. Next, flowers. Let us fly to the garden now, Shakambari. I want to see beautiful flowers, says Shan. Soon they reach a garden full of plants with a beautiful flowers. They see a gulmohar tree with a bright orange red flower. This one. They also see amalthas, Indian laburnum tree, laden with yellow flowers hanging down. This one. Flowers are an important part of the plant. Some may be small or some big. They help plants reproduce. Without flowers, seeds will not form and there can be no new plants. They come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some grow in bunches, while there are some that grow singly. Different flowers bloom during different times of the year. Many flowers have a fragrance, while some have the sweet juice called nectar present in them. Butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds feed on the nectar of flowers, explains Shakambari. Did you know? Honeybees suck the nectar from the flowers with the help of their straw like mouth parts. They store the nectar in their stomachs and carry it to the beehive. While in the stomach, the nectar gets converted into honey. Honey acts as food for the larva. The hive is made of waxy material produced by the bees. Each hive has a number of hexagonal compartments called honeycombs. The bees drop their honey to the honeycomb until it is filled with honey. The bees continuously fan their wings to thicken the honey. When this is done and the honeycomb is filled with thick honey, the bees close the top of the honeycomb with wax and start filling the next one. The bees eat the stored honey in the winter season when fewer flowers bloom. In its whole life, a single bee produces only about 1.5 teaspoon of honey. But honeybees live in a really big groups, which means they can make a lot of honey when they work together. Nowadays, beekeeping is a profession. Next, uses of flowers. Here are the different ways by which we use flowers, says Shakambari. To decorate home and other places, to make oils, soaps, and perfumes, to make pookalam during festivals and other occasions, as food such as banana flowers. Did you know Madurai in Tamil Nadu has one of the busiest flower markets in India? The best selling flowers here are rose and jasmine. The jasmine flowers called Madurai Malli are very special and have a wonderful fragrance. These flowers are sold not only across India but also buyers in Germany, Italy, and America. Quick check. Fill in the blanks. In sugarcane plants, roots develop from the base of the stems. Hummingbirds feed on the dash of the flowers. Nectar of the flowers. Next, plants in the neighborhood. Now, Shan and Shakambari are flying over a city. Who has planted these trees on the roadside and who looks after them? Shakambari asks Shan. The municipal corporation plants the trees that you see along the roadside. They look after the trees till the trees are big. These trees give, give shade along the road and are also home to many birds and other small animals. We must all make sure that no one cuts these trees, says Shakambari. Adaptations in plants. Soon Shan and Shakambari cross a coastal area. They see many coconut palms growing there. Prawns. So this is called prawns. Long and divided into strips so that the leaf does not tear due to wind. So this is called prawns. Okay. Next, this is called large fruits remain afloat in seawater so that they can float to a faraway place. So this is tall, sturdy and flexible trunk to tolerate the gusts of wind and not break. This long roots grow deep to hold the plant firmly in the soil. Shakambari explains that each part of the coconut palm is suited to grow in the hot climate with heavy rainfall of the coastal area. The palms also grow well in these areas because the soil is fertile mixture of clay and sand. Next, while flying over a hot desert with sandy soil, Shan notices a few cacti, singular cactus. Okay. Leaves of cacti are modified into spines to prevent water loss. The stems are thick and fleshy. They are green in color and help the plants to make their food, explains Shakambari. Different plants have different characteristics that help them to survive in their natural surroundings. Such characteristics are called adaptations, informs Shakambari. Shan and Shakambari reach home. Thank you, Shakambari. I learned so much about plants from you today, says a grateful Shan. Understood? For this, we finished our eighth lesson, Plants, Our Green Friends. Tomorrow, we will see the exercise part of this lesson. Okay? Thank you.